Hi everyone and welcome to Sports Watch. If you like the content, please press the bell icon for further notifications and like, share and subscribe to the channel. When is Conor McGregor returning to the octagon? It has nearly been a year since the Ultimate Fighter filming against Michael Chandler. But the fight between the two hasn't materialized yet. Michael Chandler has spent the better part of the year waiting for Conor, calling him out, the latest being at Monday Night Raw. But still, he hasn't got a final date as to when the fight is going to take place. Conor himself said that he was in negotiations with the UFC and had two fights left on his contract. The inability of them coming to terms meant that the fight with Chandler was getting pushed back and back. Now, in the recent interviews that McGregor has done with several media outlets, he has announced that he's returning this summer and it's all confirmed. No official dates have been finalized yet, but snippets on the interview with Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour revealed a lot about what Conor is doing now, both physically and mentally. For the first time in quite a while, Connor seemed laid back and relaxed in interview. He seemed content. He was also truthful in large parts of the interview. He acknowledged how inactivity has been a huge factor in his career right now. He wanted to build up gradually, not rush in. Maybe even a three-round fight instead of five, just to test the waters. He cited the example of Joseph Parker, who has been on a rise in the last year and mainly due to staying active. He hopes to emulate that. It was a candid confession by McGregor for the first time that he wasn't ready yet. He isn't training like he used to. That's a real concern because if he were to return in the summer, he has got to go training right now because his opponent Michael Chandler will be in great shape as he has spent an entire year preparing for Conor. So is 3 months enough for Conor, especially after his coming back from a career-threatening injury? Plus, if Chandler is wise, he should wrestle Conor. If the Khabib fight was anything to go by, Connor slows down drastically after round one. And if he isn't fully trained, he could gas out even sooner. Wrestling would test that cardio even more. Connor also said that he hasn't been on the scale since his last fight. So all that talk of him fighting at middleweight isn't entirely accurate either. Another indication that he is not training for the fight. But he said that he was motivated and wishes to continue this fighting forever. Conor hasn't won much in the last couple of years, and after his leg break injury, his mobility would also be another spotlight. He also hinted at spending time in the octagon, not sparring, but actually fighting. All these are worrying signs for a McGregor fan, but at least he was being honest. But the truth of the matter is, if he loses again, it's the end of the road for him. He isn't getting any younger, and the time away from the game is actually catching up with him. No matter how talented you are, if you're not active, the competition will pass you by. Connor still has his pride and ego with him, but this sport is an unforgiving one. Everyone saw that Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman were never the same fighters after they came back suffering nasty leg breaks. Connor too is coming off a similar injury. How his leg holds up in an actual fight is a thing to behold. His opponent Michael Chandler hasn't been particularly active, well, mainly because he was waiting on Connor. But one thing about Michael Chandler is he's always in great shape and good physical condition. And this fight with Conor will undoubtedly be the biggest fight of his career. So he will be extra motivated for sure. Chandler is an explosive fighter and doesn't always fight smart. But Connor's Achilles heel is his wrestling, and Chandler is a great wrestler who has fallen in love with his hands. It would be foolish of him to engage in a striking contest with Connor, as there is no doubt who the better striker is. All these permutations and combinations come into play when you finally have a fight. Let me know in the comment section what you feel. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.